If my dog threw up, ate the vomit, pooped it out, ate it again and threw it up once more, it would still look better than this game.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Dying Light 2 new DLC is not for everyone, and in this video I'm going to give my honest review about the DLC. But before I talk about the DLC, I just wanted to address the hate this DLC is getting. In my opinion, it does not deserve that hate. Listen, I know it's not the DLC we expected, and that's one of the main reasons why people are hating on this DLC. Because we always had high expectations from Techland, and Techland somehow is struggling to keep up with that expectation. Like, they've been experimenting a lot, and we all know what happened. Well, they failed. In fact, they have learned their lesson and now they're listening to their fans more than ever. And we as a community need to support them and stop hating on the DLC just because we wanted Elysium or guns or God knows what in the game. I mean, just look at the Steam reviews. I find it really funny that even though the DLC was announced for months and we all knew what we were getting before buying the DLC, some people still had to buy the DLC just so they can post a negative review saying who asked for an arena DLC. And some of the reviews are just straight up bullshit. Like this guy saying he could have spent these $9 on kebab instead of this DLC. I'm sorry, but seriously, he needs to know that we used to have skin bundles in Dying Light 1 that was worth $3, and here in 3 times the price we're actually getting a story DLC. Then there are these rude and racist reviews. Like, what's wrong with these people? Listen, it's a humble request for people with these kinds of reviews. If you can't post a proper review that would actually help the developers improve the game, then don't post any reviews. We know Bloody Ties is not the DLC we asked for, but it sure is not a bad DLC for what it offers. It does have its own issues, but it's not what people are pointing out. So in this video, we're gonna talk about everything good and bad about the DLC, and to be honest, I have been saying this for months and I still say this till date. Dying Light 2 Bloody Ties DLC is not for everyone, and I'll tell you why, but before that, let me tell you about the game that's made for everyone. Our today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a very popular turn-based RPG game that has amazing graphics and is available on both mobile and PC. This game has 16 factions, out of which my top 3 factions are as follows. Night Revenants, who are the disciples of the Clet Death Cult, and they see themselves as the vessels of the spirits of their dead of their order. Then we have Orcs, who are from the Orcish tribes who maintain a tenuous hold in the pockets of Durham Forest to the Deadlands. They do what they must to ensure their survival. Then we have High Elves, who originate in Aravia, where they have built a wondrous shimmering city, and living in this lands of plenty has enabled them to evolve their society to the highest degree of physical, intellectual, and spiritual achievement. Also, my most used and favorite champion is Kytus from the Knights Revenant faction. I mean, look at the guy. He got a shield and a sword. I mean, it's kind of obvious he means business. Also, trust me when I say this, his skills are no joke. His Soul Reaper skill basically puts a heal reduction debuff on the enemy for the next 2 turns. His second skill is called Spikes, which gives our champion a 50% attack buff for the next 2 turns and then will attack the enemy 4 times randomly. Also, the best part, if the enemy has any buff, then Kytus will do critical damage to them. Now, my favorite and the most OP skill is Bleeding Wounds, which is like a savior skill for me. This skill is only available when a character loses 50% of his health. So when you use it, the enemy is attacked twice, and the crazy part, the more health we lose, the more damage the skill does to the enemy. And that, my friends, is pretty cool, and that's why he's my favorite champion so far. Also, did I tell you that this month Raids got a huge new update with a tons of new features? This actually includes a brand new dungeon and the introduction of Artifact Ascension. I mean, imagine battling through the Sands Devil Necropolis and earning the precious oil needed to take your artifact to the next level. In fact, there are a bunch of new champions being added to the mix too, including some really cool holiday champions for those looking to get into the festival spirit. By the way, even the Bastion has been decorated in game to look all wintry too. And now for the biggest news, Raid's got some extra special happening now. They have released the legendary champion based off MMA and pro wrestling legend Ronda Rousey. Also, just in case you're wondering, yes, you can get Ronda for free right now. Whether you are a new or a long time player, all you gotta do is log in Raid for the next 7 days between now and February 20th, and then Ronda is yours. Also, to celebrate Ronda's arrival in Raid, we got a special promo code RAIDRONDA, and it's available for all the users, new and old. So if you use the code, you will actually get a bunch of helpful stuff like a 3-day 100% XP boost, 500k silver, and 5 full energy refills. I mean, it's actually perfect for leveling your Ronda up so she's at the top of her game. Just enter this special promo code RAIDRONDA in the game and all these goodies can be yours. Also, if you're an Amazon Prime member, then you can actually get some exclusive rewards in game right now. So if you still haven't played Raid Shadow Legends, then click on the link in the description or scan my QR code here on the screen and you will get some unique bonuses worth $30. Oh wait, so you actually want to know what you're getting inside? Well, a free epic champion Vergis, 200k silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, boost, and 1 ancient shard, so you can summon awesome champions as soon as you get into the game. By the way, remember to redeem this from this treasure icon and do it quick because it's only available for the next 30 days for the new players only. So go download Raid Shadow Legends from the link in the description or scan the QR code and have fun raiding. Now coming back to Dying Light 2 Bloody Ties DLC review. And yeah, spoiler warning. So basically when you start the game, you actually get a call from a stranger saying he needs your help to stop the people from attacking Waleedoo, otherwise nobody will survive this attack. Then the stranger talks about this group hosting violent prize fights, referring to the Carnage Hall arena, saying the arena show is just a cover-up to hide something more sinister. So basically he warns Aiden about an upcoming chemical attack in the old Waleedoo, and this chemical just makes the arena fighters fearless and merciless, but the regular people of Waleedoo won't survive this chemical. And so as expected, we are asked to enter the arena by qualifying for the tournament, and that's how the story actually begins. You end up going in a place where you actually meet this random guy named Chiro, whose first impressions, let's say, wasn't that great.
You wouldn't know it, would you? Hey, you hear me? No. Oh, no. Wait. Hey, punk! You took my money!
For some reason, in the process of making Chiro our best friend, Techland somehow made me want to kill this guy. Yes, the relationship between them was so forced that honestly everybody felt that. Anyways, later Aiden and Chiro go through some stuff together until the part where they actually go for the qualifying rounds, and then it starts. So basically we all go through these 3 cool trials and then compete with Chiro for the final round. After that, Chiro is kidnapped and then Ogre, who's the father of Chiro, asks us for the help. Now we're supposed to look for Chiro inside the Carnage Hall, and that's how the story progresses. But what's actually crazy is that when you start progressing in the story, you will actually realize something. The story focuses too much on Chiro rather than the actual reason we came here for. We were supposed to meet this stranger who called us at the beginning of the game and needed our help to stop this group of people doing chemical attacks in the city. But instead we get a call from him saying we need to rank up so we can get rid of the mastermind behind this attack, Skullface. Yes, Skullface, the main villain, the champion of the Carnage Hall. I'm gonna be honest, the DLC is fun but rather typical. There were these moments where I was totally lost and invested in the story, but there are points where I was scratching my head. Like when the story ends, you actually discover a tape. The recording on the tape actually blew my mind. So you know the stranger who wanted us to enter the Carnage Hall and defeat Skullface because he was the mastermind behind the chemical attacks? Well, turns out that stranger was nobody but Skullface himself. What kind of psycho is he? So basically the stranger who is Skullface called Aiden to stop himself from attacking Waleedoo? Bro, that's so messed up. That sure was a crazy twist in the story. By the way, while you're looking for Chiro, you're also competing in certain challenges to rank yourself on the top of the list. And how can you forget the typical Techland Restore the Electricity quest? It's in Dying Light, it's in Dying Light the Following, it's in Dying Light 2, and now it's in Dying Light 2 Bloody Ties DLC. Why I gotta restore the electricity in every single game? Techland, come up with something new and interesting. This is getting boring now. Also, I'm gonna be honest, during half of my playthrough, I actually predicted the story and I knew who Skullface was. I mean, Ogre kept talking about his son Abel, and Chiro was mad because his father did not save Abel when he was being killed. But later we find out that Abel is actually Skullface. That was a good twist, but at the end what happened? Well, when Aiden found out that Abel is Skullface, it was too late, because Skullface dies, Ogre dies, Chiro dies, Astrid dies, and guess what Aiden does? What the fuck is wrong with Aiden Caldwell? Why, what the fuck, bro? Why are you cheering, bro? That's so freaking wrong. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I cringed so hard when I saw this. Like, not long ago, Aiden said this to Chiro.
Aiden, what are you doing? They'll kill you.
Then I'm ready.
Aiden, you dumb son of a bitch.
Love you too, Chiro. Sure pissed me off, but I still love you.
Yeah, Aiden was ready to die for Chiro, and yet when Chiro dies, Aiden does this. What the fuck? Honestly, I don't even know what to say here. Now, if you think that was bad, then hold on, I got something special for you. So after this scene, when Aiden is done cheering, what do you think happens after that? Well, basically nothing. He just teleports back to his room, and after that, we have no cutscene, no dialogue showing what happened afterwards. Even if you choose any other option and had a different ending, you will still end up in the safe house without any clarification as to what happened to Ogre or Chiro. And yeah, there's actually a choice where you let Chiro win and he becomes the #1 contender, and well, we are supposed to be eliminated. But nope, regardless yes, you still end up fighting Skullface as the #1 contender. So the ending definitely fell short. Techland needs to add a cutscene to explain what happened at the end, show us the aftermath. Also, there was something I realized later. Astrid dies at the end through the hands of Skullface or Ogre, depending on what choice you pick. But after that, if you go and do the remaining challenges, you will actually see Astrid alive again, just doing the normal commentary. Like, the game does not even acknowledge that she died or others have died. They just call Aiden the #1 contender, and that's the only thing I've seen at the end. Anyways, that was the story, but the Carnage Hall in general was very beautiful. I actually saw myself spending some time inside and outside the arena, just looking around and enjoying the beautiful view. In fact, we even had a stealth quest in the game, which I truly enjoyed. See, there's a lot of things they did right with this DLC, but there are things they did wrong too. So let's first talk about the things they did wrong with the DLC. So just like the base game, Techland has again focused too much on the human side. In the first game, the story was about Haran virus that involved GRE, doctor looking for a cure, survivors going for airdrops, building traps around the city to stay safe during the night, and stuff that mostly involves zombies and human interaction. But in Dying Light 2, the focus has been on finding her sister Mia, helping certain factions, and that's it. In this DLC, this has become even worse. Now they're actually mocking the zombies by keeping them inside the cages, using them for entertainment purpose and just fighting more humans. So this is where Techland messed it up. People don't want to see humans fighting in an arena, that too in a zombie game. Also, I personally think that Techland made a mistake by making this a story DLC. Even though there is a decent story in this DLC, it doesn't change the fact that the story has no impact in the world or to Aiden's life. This basically is a side quest, but a longer version of that. Considering the fact that Aiden was in the city looking for Mia, it makes no sense why would Aiden listen to a random stranger and go on fighting some stupid champions to defeat Skullface at the very end. In fact, he was even ready to die for a random guy he met few days ago. That's a weak plot. I think for Aiden, Mia should be the most important person out there, and he should not die for anybody else but for her. So yeah, Techland, I know you guys don't make great stories, but at least don't focus too much on human story in a zombie game. It just makes the whole experience even worse. And please work on the endings. I did enjoy the story of this DLC, but ending left me unanswered and made me confused. Like, are PKs coming to shut down this place? Will Aiden leave this place? If yes, then what will happen to the Carnage Hall and these people? So many questions, all left unanswered. Also, I think Techland just missed probably the best opportunity ever. The arena, in my opinion, was not utilized properly. Yeah, being honest, when I heard they're making an arena DLC, I thought we were gonna have a PvP mode where the players will fight each other. I mean, is it that difficult to do? No, it's fairly easy for them to make it. Imagine fighting other players in the arena like Bad Blood, doing challenges and competing with other players to reach the rank 1 globally, and the person with the highest rank gets the best gears. I mean, people would have loved this, but they missed this chance. And now I think it's time we talk about the things they did right with this DLC. I think I will start off with the story itself. Yes, the story for some reason is more interesting and better than the base game itself. A lot of times in the base game, I felt like skipping the cutscene, but here in this DLC, I was invested and I wanted to know everything. Like, there's even a quest which gives you camouflage blueprint, and I actually found it really interesting. Then there are these references to Dying Light 1 characters and the whole city. I really liked how they literally have a prop set of Haran, and they replayed the first assignment mission in this challenge, followed by the airdrop mission where we see the Rise Man for the first time. It was so nostalgic and I loved every second of it. It was also a good idea to bring back some of the iconic weapons from the first game, like this heavy tribal axe, which is my favorite weapon from the first game. In fact, in this DLC, you have over 25 different outfits, which eliminates the issue where everyone looked the exact same. And then there are these new mods for the shield, plenty of masks and new freaking weapons. But there are also some Easter eggs in the game that will remind you of the first game. And finally, for people who love parkour, paragliding and combat challenges, you are in for an adventure. You will be replaying this DLC again and again. Now, as we speak about this DLC, let's not forget about the co-op, as it's a very big part of this game too. And well, I did try the co-op, and this is what happened. And I listened to the music. Okay. Oh shit, I fell under the map! What the fuck?
I've got eyes on you, but we can't meet. Not yet.
What just
For your
happened?
own safety. And mine.
Alright, I guess.
Just focus.
I'm inside the Carnage Hall somehow.
We come here, the better chance we have.
What the
eliminating
fuck?
danger.
What's going on? Bro,
You
look,
gotta
where am
climb the
I?
ranks until you find the mastermind behind the planned attack.
What the hell?
Skullface.
Classic Techland moment.
Okay, I'm gonna have to kill myself, bro. How is
Bro, if I reach... Okay, we're good. I'm good.
We're good,
You
we're
reached
good.
one at the top.
Alright, secret rooms.
Didn't have we were under the map.
Bro, prove that back rooms is fake. The co-op in this game is still a buggy mess. There are moments where I fell under the map for no reason. Literally the first time we arrived in the arena, all of us fell under the map. Then for me, the van disappeared forever. After that, there were moments where the game would bug the audio. There were moments where the quest kept failing even though none of us were actually spotted by anyone. For most of the part, my game was fine and I did not face any big issue, but that was not the case for everyone. For my friend, every time we progressed in the challenge, his screen looked like this.
He did it! This weapon cannot...
What happened? What do you see now?
But the Kaveri...
Don't tell me you're fucking seeing Elysium.
Just
Yeah, his screen was stuck like that every single time we played a certain challenge. For my other friends, they had visual bugs where the choices would stay on the screen forever, and even after leaving the arena, they would still hear Astrid. But hey, regardless of everything, we enjoyed every second of the DLC. Somehow co-op makes this DLC even more fun than what it is. I highly recommend playing the DLC with friends, but even solo, you should not be disappointed. Now, the conclusion. I'm gonna be real honest with everyone. I enjoyed this DLC, but that does not guarantee that you will enjoy it too. Like I said before, this DLC is not for everyone. If you're someone who does not enjoy the challenges and you just play for the gameplay or the story itself, then you most likely will not enjoy the DLC. But if you love the challenges, then you will surely love this DLC. It has a lot of easy challenges which anyone can do. For example, GamerMom1969, who has been suffering from some health problems that does not allow her to compete in most of these challenges, but even she did it. So yeah, if she can beat the challenges and enjoy it even though she's not a fan of the challenges, then I'm sure anyone can beat the challenges and enjoy it. But it still doesn't change the fact that not everyone enjoys timed challenges, and Bloody Ties DLC is all about that. So yeah, Techland did mess up big time with this DLC. Also, just for your information, this DLC is available in my country for less than $5. I know, it's crazy. And yeah, do remember, if you play this DLC without any higher expectation, then you will surely won't be disappointed. Because I'm pretty sure many of us would like to see Elysium or a DLC like the following. I mean, I would love that, but honestly what you need to understand is that this DLC was being developed even before the release of the game. Yeah, they had 2 DLCs in plan. The first one, Bloody Ties, was supposed to come out few months after the release of the game but got delayed. I think people are mostly pissed because they delayed this DLC too much, and it's a long wait for a DLC that is not as big as the following DLC. Now to be fair, the following DLC came out exactly 1 year after the release of the first game, but that does not change the point that they had this DLC in development for a long time, and I guess because of that it was too late to change anything. So yeah, if you want to keep your expectations high, keep it for the DLC 2 coming most likely next year. So guys, that was my thoughts on the first story DLC, Bloody Ties. I had fun with the DLC, but it's missing the replayability factor, and I think Techland needs to work on that. Or maybe just simply give us a PvP or a PvE mode. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the DLC, and will you guys give it a try or will you wait for the sale on this DLC? Do share your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, stay safe and stay human.